let's shut this fucking music up. Bah. Oh, this should be delightful. Actually, I think I may need to pump up my microphone. Say hi to the nice people, Tarangal.
What nice people?
I know. It's even funnier the 20th time you say it.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. Didn't do it. All right, folks. We are returning to the steam-caked alleyways of Noire. And we should have everything squared away this time. I realized what happened last time was the playing the cases individually, because game design does not count toward your actual completion, so it doesn't actually unlock the other cases, which is a bunch of bullshit. So we're going to go ahead and circumvent that, and we're just going to play the main plot, as it were. So let us delve into the world of L.A. Noire. I'm really excited about this. I dig the fuck out of this game. I'm excited about the remaster, even though, you know, remasters are fucking bullshit. But, you know, it's kick-ass shit. It's a badass game. There are certainly flaws. If you watch my review of L.A. Noire, you know, it's far from perfection. There are certainly some things they could have added. I feel like the forensics could have been deepened quite a bit. But what are you going to do? At the time it came out, which was, what, 2011?
That sounds about right. We're talking about the time around Human Revolution.
Yes. That was a good year.
Yeah, it was.
2011 was actually a good year. We got Fallout New Vegas, albeit the shitty version that wasn't patched.
This ain't over.
And I should say at the outset,
This ain't over.
I should say,
And so it begins.
I should say at the outset, guys, that we are going to be answering these questions in blocks so that it's less disruptive to the gameplay. The great thing about this game is everything's set up into episodes, so we can, you know, there's clear lines of demarcation where we can take a brief break and answer all your questions and then get back to the gameplay, so it's just less disruptive in general. How's the sound? How's the everything? I want to make sure it's not too loud. Do I have the subtitles on? Yes, no. Now I do.
We sound pretty good.
I know. Is the music at a decent volume? It's not blaring or anything?
Let's find out.
Extras! And by extras, we mean you can look at some cars. Which, by the way, fun fact, they got most of these cars, little bit of trivia, got most of these cars from Jay Leno's garage. They actually went into Jay Leno's garage. Jay Leno, of course, famously has a crazy huge collection of vintage cars. And, they're all black, or African-American, I'm sorry.
No. His cars can't all be black.
Let's see here. All right. We are, of course, playing in glorious black and white. I love that odd man out reference every fucking time. Okay, so let's actually restart this case.
While you're doing that, let's knock out some of these.
Yeah. Before we well, let's do the intro here.
Okay, we'll do the intro.
The story of Corey Feldman. Yeah, definitely, Corey. No, maybe Nick Nolte. I don't know.
Phelps, Bukowski, you have a new case. 2 women, possible drink drive.
How is that?
Last name Kardashian.
Rod says she was doped and that somebody tried to kill her.
Where did this take place?
That's the bit you're gonna love. Right across the street.
What?
The Chevy Styline took a nosedive off the escarpment, fetched up underneath a Cola King billboard. Up to it, boys. We got bad guys to catch.
Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and get some of your questions out of the way, and we will dive right into this case.
Kurt Cobain's microphone donates $2. He's our first donation.
Always.
How's T Boogie tonight? Well, he's doing mighty fine, sir. He's doing mighty fine.
Yes.
Not That Innocent 86 donated $5.
Thank you, Miss Spears.
Never finished the game, but absolutely loved LA's main menu music. It's just so nostalgic. Also, running over pedestrians and racking up damages.
Racking up police damages, yes.
Did
you hear about the guy who ran around beating up people for no reason? He was arrested for impersonating a police officer. Continue. Continue.
Inspector Javert donated $5. Could there be a good game based in an based in an Atlas Shrugged type world?
Yes, absolutely. Well, shit, there already kind of has. BioShock was kind of Ken Levine's attempt to sort of take the piss out of Atlas Shrugged and the Fountainhead.
Right.
BioShock Infinite, BioShock 2, that whole series really was heavily informed.
This ain't over.
Heavily informed by Ayn Rand. So,
or would it turn into an
This ain't
anti-libertarian moralizing a la Mark Wade?
yes. Yes, it would. And Ken Levine being from fucking Boston and up his own ass. Although, I have to say, Ken Levine was decidedly less preachy than some have been.
Not That Innocent donated $2 again. Don't tell me he ain't gonna see my chat. Of course we are.
We're gonna see him. We're just gonna answer him in blocks so it doesn't disrupt the gameplay as much. We'll take brief breaks, answer them all, and then, you know.
Omega Weapon donated $5.
Godspeed, sir.
Sup, dudes? How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing fantastic, and we're about to tear into a killer fucking game, and I can't wait.
Destroya-kun donates $5.01. Hey, Razor, love your shit. Thank you for getting me into Battletech, Elric, and DS9. Thoughts on Stanley Kubrick's The Killing?
Never seen it. So I don't know. I'm not a big Kubrick fan, though. I'll say that up front. Kubrick is just not one of my faves.
Hungriest Nunu donated $2. Looks like she had evidence against the Clintons.
What? What did she know about Hillary's server? She ended up in the right place.
Pragmatic Culture donated $10.
Yes.
Hi, Razor and Terran. How have your weeks been? Also, how is the Elric v. Witcher video coming along?
It's coming along fine. I've been kind of face to the wall this fucking month because I've been dealing with health stuff. But I'm feeling better now, so we'll be getting back to business as usual. Luckily we got some stuff out so that we can keep you guys entertained in the meantime, but it definitely slowed down this month because of that shit.
But my week's been pretty good, actually. Let's see, where did I leave off? Jesus.
Oh, beautiful! What outfit should we go with? Ooh, Colt 45. The pink suit makes you better with a 1911? What? Fortunately, in black and white, you can't see the pink. So there is that. Ooh, that's slick.
Rex W donates $2. He just says, Godspeed, Razor.
Godspeed, good sir.
Jesus Christ. Almighty Malachi donated $5.
He just liked to hear the noise.
Razor, what are your thoughts on the MLB wildcard game and the chances of the Diamondbacks in the playoffs?
I think they might win the wild card. When they get to the division series, I think they're going to lose, and lose pretty profoundly. Look, I've said it in previous streams, whatever. I mean, look, anything with baseball, it can be somewhat random, but the thing about the wild card is, I'm sorry to get into fucking sports talk here, but The thing about the wild card in baseball is it's kind of pointless. Because, for those who don't know, you have different divisions in the sport. You know, East, West, Central, whatever. The idea behind the wild card is if you don't make the cut in your division, well, you still got one last chance. The next best team can wind up in the playoffs. And that's great for a sport like football where they play like 3.5 games in a season, you know? Where your season is like 10 games long and you can ruin your whole season in 2 days. Wild card makes a lot of sense. But in a game like baseball where you play 9.5 billion fucking games, it makes decidedly less sense. Because if you're not in the playoffs when your season is like 100 fucking games, you probably don't belong in the fucking playoffs, alright? Arizona Diamondbacks, they've been okay this year. I don't think they deserve to go to the playoffs, and I also don't think they deserve to win the World Series. They did not invest enough money in their bullpen at all. They don't have a decent closer. They have Fernando fucking Rodney, whose ERA is something above 4 right now. He's fucking shit. He can't hold a goddamn game down. We don't even have a decent setup guy, so sorry. I'm gonna go off on a baseball rant if I don't stop here.
Just ahead.
Mogag the Moor Scar donated
that.
$5.
Look at that.
Hey guys, good times. Hit me up if you can still help out with the big YouTuber collab. Love the streams.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and record that today.
Her face looks familiar. Well, that's June Ballard. Tarzan's sister, beast of the Amazon. She's married to Guy McCaffey.
Well, she's not a
Captain is
beast.
in Vegas now, but the two of them still have juice.
We'll stop here for a moment, folks.
This ain't over.
Phelps, traffic.
Detective Phelps. Hey, Bukowski. Long time no see.
You could have called this in by
This
megaphone,
ain't
Enrique.
over.
Phelps, this is Enrique Gonzalez. Enrique was
Gonzalez.
a pretty decent middleweight.
Where's
What do we have,
Gonzalez?
Broad drives right through the empty lot and off the side of the escarpment. Her stories that a movie producer...
Nobody
told
uses
her
the
and
word
a friend
escarpment enough.
Set the car over the cliff.
Was anyone hurt?
Driver's beat up. Not too bad considering. If she hadn't hit that billboard, we'd be scraping both of them off the pavement. Passenger's a Jessica Hamilton. She's just a kid. She's pretty knocked around.
Kid gonna be all right?
I think so. They've taken her to central receiving. You want to take a
I
look
think
around?
Enrique Gonzalez
Oh,
has to go back.
Thanks. Do that.
One more thing. Watch out for the driver. She cuts rough.
She drove right into that big, beautiful wall.
If you're looking for the coroner, he's down by the crash site.
Good gracious. Yikes. We can answer a few questions while I walk down there.
Alrighty.
Should I talk to her first? I don't think so.
Where did we leave off? I Hate Liberals donated $2. Truck driver going to Puerto Rico. Godspeed me, please.
That's all I know.
Really? Going down to Puerto Rico? What for? Corpse count?
Maybe FEMA efforts or whatever. I love how the fucking media is trying to turn this into Trump's Katrina.
No, the Democratic Party is, and the media's carrying their fucking water. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You can tell the Democratic Party, you know, when Trump first sent aid down to fucking Puerto Rico was like, oh god, thank you so much, even the fucking mayor who's bashing him now. And then you can tell all at once the Democrats decided, hey, shut up, you need to be bashing him. So they got that one Democrat mayor down there to talk a bunch of shit out of... it's so transparent what they're doing at this point. The Mark of Cain in Arizona, a California license plate.
Funny how that thing at the rail yard turned out, don't you think?
Alright, what are we looking at here? Ooh.
Looks like they're lucky they weren't more badly injured.
Must have been unconscious. Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
What? John Podesta? Is that you?
They've been torn off. Where did you find them?
Definitely Podesta.
They were stuffed in the young lady's handbag. I'll run a trace for semen when I get back to the lab.
For semen and pizza sauce. You're a good, decent girl, dear. That's how you washed up on the side of an escarpment with your panties torn off. Don't judge her life choices. Anything on the other side? Nope, nothing that I can see. Wonder if they had to buy the license for that Chevrolet
Maybe.
product placement.
Drunk driver?
Maybe not. How so?
Well, a head I found without a body piqued my interest. See what you think.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio.
This ain't over.
We have fun together.
No. I think it's supposed to be a replica of an Indian shrunken head. It's some kind of...
Oh, beautiful!
See the casting marks?
Oh, let's see here.
What's it made from? Plaster of Paris would be my first guess. Then painted.
So we can rule out the murder angle?
No, you can rule that in. That thing was wedging the accelerator to the floor. Whoever did it wanted these women dead.
How does someone manage to tip their ride
I
straight off
don't
a
like
cliff?
mayonnaise.
I love that one. Oh, I'm still hearing the music.
I don't really know too much, Detective. Maybe ask the coroner.
Whoa, no, no! Phelps almost ended it all. He sensed his game wasn't gonna get a sequel.
I love how the
ain't
music
over.
just sort of ends.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I need to
This ain't
interrogate Cassandra Crow's Feet over here.
Mrs. McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
About your antivirus.
I'll use my maiden name, June Ballard. You might be familiar with some of my work.
Teenage
tell us
tit
what
freak
happened?
17.
You're kind of cute.
Poor little white girl.
Maybe a bit on the serious side.
What about me, June? I'm a big fan of
You?
Beast of...
I don't like. Keep out of this.
We understand that you're still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says that you claim that you were drugged. But who did this to you?
That rat slipped us on Nicky Finn. It's no wonder I feel so dopey. I can't remember.
Huh?
Who
Ah,
drugged you,
damn
Mrs.
it.
McAfee?
You really are cute, detective. But a little too naive for my taste.
Huh.
What can you tell us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton. Poor Jessica. It's been a rough day for her. She's desperate to break into movies. What more can I say?
Do I? What the fuck? This game will turn you into a save scumming piece of shit within seconds.
Old enough sweetheart, as the saying goes.
We found a shrunken head. It was used to tamper with your car.
You see, I normally don't drive off
I
cliffs.
don't like mayonnaise.
It's getting
I love it.
This
It's
ain't
obviously
over.
some kind of movie
There we
prop.
are.
You must know where it came from.
In case you hadn't noticed,
This ain't over.
I am the talent. And the talent doesn't deal with props or sets or any of that kind of stuff. Why don't you ask Mark Bishop which prop house he uses?
You mentioned a Mark Bishop. You think he might have had something to do with this?
He is a movie producer. As for his involvement, you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
Alrighty. You know what? I'm going to use intuition here. Remove an answer.
Yeah, but
This bitch does not give any indication of whether she's telling the truth or not. So I'm gonna.
It's not going to play that
What the fuck? Did that look like a deceptive face at all?
It wasn't.
Relax,
That's my problem.
You're not hearing
It
this
wasn't a matter of truth or deception. She just said, "You just let
Yeah.
me take care of that." How's that truth? or
Yeah.
doubt or
How are
lie?
you supposed to doubt that?
Receiving hospital.
I'm being taken in?
You could say that.
On what grounds?
On the grounds that you were under the influence of narcotics and that you are withholding information from the police.
My husband is gonna want a word with you, Sonny Jim.
Sonny Jim.
We're good here.
Welcome to LA Noire, Sonny Jim. Let's answer a few questions.
Let's answer quite a few questions.
Oh, well, then hurry up.
Let's see. Where did we leave
I wonder
off?
if I can swipe this. Aw.
Kurt Cobain's microphone donated $6.66. All your album recommendations have been amazing so far. Are there any bands' albums that you love, which you haven't talked about yet?
Lots. Lots and lots and lots and lots. There's more episodes of Metal Mythos to come, shall we say.
Renato Sanchez donated $5.
The car crash victim has regained consciousness at Central Receiving Hospital.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, Roger.
Renato Sanchez donates $5. Hey guys, what are your thoughts on doom metal? Favorite doom metal band? Have you heard of the band Chemis?
Nope. Nope, never heard of them, but I like some doom metal, not a ton. I really dig... there's a band from Sweden, I think, called Lucifer that's pretty okay. Although, the problem with doom metal is all the bands wind up sounding like Sabbath. They all just wind up sounding like Sabbath quotation. So, there's a good band out of Chicago called Trouble that doesn't just flat out sound like Sabbath. I really dig those guys.
Samuel Steingart donated $5. Final thoughts on the Batman Shadow crossover that just ended?
I haven't gotten the final... What? Oh, I just turned down the same dead-end street. Distracted by the fucking questions. Batman the Shadow, I have not gotten the final issue yet.
The siren.
So I can't opine on it overall. What I've read so far, it's an interesting wrinkle. The idea that spoiler alert, that the Shadow was Ducard all along and trained Batman. But at the end of the day, I echo my earlier sentiments when the comic first launched. Using the team from Detective Comics turned it into a Batman comic with Shadow co-starring. And it's less a Batman-Shadow crossover than just a fucking Batman comic. It looks like the new one, the new Shadow Batman, is going to be more of a Shadow story.
Ooh.
So, that should be interesting. This interrogation. I have vivid memories of the interrogation with this bitch being a fucking nightmare. Because it's yet again another case
Detective Phelps.
of ambiguous answers.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes. She's in the room.
Thank you, Londo.
Detective.
And let's do
Commander Garibaldi!
one last one before we do an interrogation. Best Way Killer donated $10. Here's one for your Razor. If you could have the Shadow deliver a most satisfying in to any political shitlib celebrity, who would it be?
Well, then I would be accused of calling for the assassination of a public figure. Come on,
And that's just not done.
I know, unless you're on the left, of course.
Yeah.
Unless it's Trump. I couldn't fucking... But a celebrity... a celebrity... Alan Moore, because Alan Moore has misinterpreted what the Shadow is about. He has made a career out of misinterpreting what the Shadow is about. He is parodied and attacked and tried to beshit the Shadow, and it's hilarious because he's wound up creating some of his most popular creations, like Rorschach, for example, and V from V for Vendetta, as a result of trying to parody the Question, and the Shadow. And they wind up upstaging his dated-ass hippie dogma horseshit.
And while you've got it paused here, let's actually push through some of these. David donated $10 to Super Chat. Just wanted to say I love your channel. Factoid, Ayn Rand was a third-rate Can you read that?
Aristotelian?
Aristotelian, yeah. Also, what do you think of the Shadow Marlowe crossover?
I've not heard of it.
Oh,
so.
sorry. Think of a Shadow.
Yeah. Okay. Then I was like, what? Was that fan fiction or something? The Shadow Marlowe crossover, it'd be kind of interesting, I guess, because Marlowe is so the antithesis of the Shadow. Marlowe, the great thing about Marlowe, and really what distinguishes the American detective, the kind of film noir detective, from the British detective that he's kind of inspired by, you know, it's kind of like the British invasion. It was them throwing our music back at us. Well, private dicks, pulp detectives, film noir detectives were America throwing the British detectives back in their face. And so Marlowe is everything Sherlock Holmes is not. He's a fuck up. He gets beaten up. He doesn't always know the answer to the, you know, what the actual case is, what's actually going on in the case. You know, very frequently Marlowe's over his head. So it'd be interesting because the Shadow is inspired by Sherlock Holmes. And he doesn't fuck up. The Shadow is like a fucking force of nature.
Right.
He's supernatural. It'd be interesting to see them play off of each other. So that's not a bad idea.
Jarek the Samurai donates $2. He doesn't say anything, but thank you very much all the same.
Godspeed.
Das Pooch donates $10. Just wanted to thank you both for all the great content, including Mythos, which got me through recovery of prostate cancer surgery recently.
Jesus.
Ripe old age of 40. Stay awesome. Rock on. Well, thank you very much, sir.
Godspeed, and don't get captured.
Andriha Jovanovic donated $4.15. I love thee.
Thanks, bro.
Asim Jessen donated £5. Welcome back, sir. Caught your last stream. Great game. Would you like to see more games with retro-futuristic tech?
Yeah, I would, actually. You know, I'd just like more cyberpunk games that are good. You know, there's a lot of shitty cyberpunk games. There's a lot of games that just tack cyberpunk on to be like, hey, it's the same game from last year, but now it's cyberpunk. Call of Duty. Ugh. Sorry. You know, lots and lots of games.
You should have that looked at.
Yeah, I got a shitty game caught in my throat. But there's lots of games that fall into that category, but yeah, so.
And we'll do a couple more.
Yep.
War Goat donated $5. Do you have do you have a job or do you just do YouTube? Godspeed, your channel rules.
Well, none of your fucking business. No, straight up. Like, I appreciate the donation, but none of your fucking business.
Elway donated $5. Hi, Razor. Would like to thank you. Just thank you for mentioning Peter Molyneux's video on Trump and
Stefan Molyneux, you mean?
Stefan Molyneux. Why does no? He says Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, people mix it up all the time. There's only 2 Molyneux in the entire world, apparently.
Right. On Trump and media. This was the video that turned me to Trump.
It did for well. It didn't turn me to Trump. So I was a Rand Paul supporter in the beginning. I started out supporting Rand Paul pretty vociferously. But Rand Paul shitted up his own campaign in the first debate. He totally shit the bed. That exchange he had with Chris Christie, his campaign was over before it started. Rand Paul has all the arguments, all the facts and figures, you know, he's great, but the thing he's got to work on if he ever wants to be a political contender is the shallow charisma aspect. He's got to work on the intangibles, or else Rand Paul's going fucking nowhere, period. Trump had that down, and Trump was more conservative than I thought. And Stefan Molyneux is the one, that video kind of turned me into saying, well, Rand Paul's not going anywhere. So maybe I should take a second look at Trump, because I was not a supporter. Not only not a supporter, I was decidedly negative about the man. So it was an important video for that reason. It broke down my personal bias.
Let's do one more and then get back to the game, and we'll get to the rest of your donations afterward.
Yep.
Asterix donated $2 through Super Chat. He didn't say anything, but thank you very much.
Godspeed.
All right, let's continue.
All right.
Feeling better since this morning, Jessica?
A little. My head still feels swimmy.
Elias Wibley. External bruising to genitals. That's a good sign. She got raped hard by that car. Chloral hydrate in bloodstream recently administered. Do not administer further sedatives without express permission. Patient to be held for bed rest and observation.
You're making me uncomfortable. Just standing around here looking at me, not saying anything.
Oh, some pulps.
Giving me anything to go on.
What happened to our society? Bronson happened.
Hello, Jessica. My name is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
This bitch is a flat-out fucking liar.
Can you tell me what you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy. I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
You're holding out on me.
Oh, god damn it.
gone
How?
with
What is the
lying.
difference?
I'm not sure I can answer any more questions right now.
Well, thanks for piping up.
I would have gone with lie. I mean, obviously something happened.
This fucking... I am gonna save scum. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna save scum. This bitch lies to your face the whole time. I hate her guts. I don't care that she was fucking savaged by a advantageous movie producer.
As punishment, you have to take one question.
Punishment?
Lee Shropshire.
As punishment, you have to communicate with your fans.
Hey.
I'm not Spoonie.
Lee Shropshire donates $2. Idea for a comic game. Have Odo in a noir-type setting, solving crimes during the Cardassian era.
That kind of already is an episode.
I remember that
It's a
one.
good
I remember
episode.
which one you're talking
where
about,
he
too.
goes back and he has flashbacks the whole episode to a case involving Cardassian wife.
Something like
the
that.
wife
yeah.
of like a Cardassian gull, and the gull was murdered or something to that effect.
I remember it being very good.
Really good episode. God damn.
He says on season 4 right now, and him and Garrick are my favorite characters.
God damn right. I tell you what, you're about to the point where Bashir is going to jump up in your estimation. You're about to that point. Bashir, man, he started out, I was like, every time this tit is on screen, I'm going to throw a fucking shoe at him. And then season 5, Dr. Bashir, I think it's season 5. Dr. Bashir, I presume, everything about that character clicks into place, and you realize, holy shit. You know that they didn't have it planned for the very beginning. I'm not going to spoil the plot twist for people who haven't seen Deep Space Nine, but there's a plot twist that they throw in. You can tell it was, like, retroactive, but it's so brilliantly implemented, it immediately makes everything he's done to that point make 1,000 times more sense. Really good writing. Really good writing. Deep Space Nine, man.
Jessica Hamilton.
They're fucking great.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes. She's in the room right behind you, Detective.
Yeah, the lying bitch is right in there.
You can't hold me here. No.
Feeling better since this morning.
All right, let's read this fucking chart again.
My head still feels
See, and that shot looks so much better in black and white too, because you get the Venetian blinds. You do tend to miss some evidence in black and white because it's harder to distinguish in terms of contrast. But if you've already played through the game once, I recommend black and white.
Hello, Jessica.
But if you're talking about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white, so.
I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
I just gave him this stare.
Had to be done.
No, it didn't.
Had to be done.
Can you tell me what you remember about the crash?
Describe in single words only the good things that pop into your mind about your mother.
Nothing happened yesterday.
Obviously a lie.
Tell the truth, Jessica. Why the big cover-up?
I'm not lying to you.
Like, it's gotta be the underwear. It's gotta be.
Evidence of abuse? What is that? Oh, it's her medical report.
See, and this, okay, if she's lying about this, it could be either. Evidence of abuse or underwear.
Well, you don't know that it's her underwear. So...
Found in Jessica Hamilton's bag.
Well, maybe they're Jessica. Is this her name? Jessica Hamilton? Yeah.
We found your underwear.
Holy shit!
Just to rub it in.
I get a correct answer, and that's what happens.
I didn't want that. I just wanted to be a star, to be in movies.
And I was taking 12 black dicks on camera.
She told me to toughen up. But that was the price of stardom.
Did she now, cold-hearted bitch?
It's not Junie's fault. It's not my first time. I had a boyfriend back home, but my father found out about him.
Even if you consented, Jessica, you're still underage.
Isn't she like 16? No, she is 15. What-row? She's even got shifty eyes! You feel so bad calling her a liar over and over again, but she does not tell the truth like one time here.
Listen, you little whore!
I know you liked the dick!
We need to get in touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with Aunt June.
You lying
They trust her
whore.
to take care of me.
Did you see that incredulous look?
Now, do you have...
You're lying, Jessica.
Yeah, I've got the letter.
How are we going to make this right if you lie to us?
Please, detective, why would I lie to you?
Over and over again, with shifty-ass eyes.
Letter from mother.
Because you're a runaway, Jessica, and you don't have your parents' permission to be here. Now, do you want to tell me what really happened?
I went with Junie to this strange place. It's difficult to remember. Someone gave me a drink to calm
Called
my
a
nerves and
speakeasy.
I felt faint. I think I must have passed out.
How did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big
He's
movie
a
star.
black time
You
traveler.
know that. He's doing a new movie.
This ain't
I think this
over.
might be a doubt. I think it might be a doubt.
What's the
This ain't
story with
over.
Bishop and Mrs.
Oh!
Why does he want the two of you dead?
That can't be true. Mr. Bishop seemed very happy today. I mean, yesterday.
And that's why he wedged a shrunken head against the accelerator pedal and punted
That sentence out of context.
I overheard Junie speak.
Actually, that sentence in context.
Screaming.
Fucking ridiculous.
She can be very hard sometimes, Junie. But they seemed okay yesterday, like they worked it out.
Alrighty.
This
I know
ain't
what
over.
happened to Jessica. Where exactly did it take place?
Please, it's scary. It's really difficult to think of anything.
Someone tried to
Damn
kill you,
it!
Jessica. You get
Maybe
it?
that was the
Forget about
one
you.
time she told the
Just
truth.
act like a grown-up.
I had to wear a robe and lay down on a stone. There were lights, camera. It's not my fault. I'm not a bad girl. Why are you trying to hurt me?
Thank you, Jessica. Been a big help.
Thanks for telling us about your pizza party.
Think of anything, or if you need some
This
help,
ain't
just
over.
get in touch, okay?
Just getting
Okay.
creepy, older male
It's a
touch.
good idea if you went back home till you felt better, Jessica.
You know, from the raping.
That officer. What if I got the part and I wasn't there?
Good God. Just lest you think reality TV created that phenomenon.
The tale of this town, Cole. Lambs that go willingly to slaughter. Who the hell is that?
Must be her lawyer. He certainly expedited her release.
I don't like it, Cole. Why is she in such a hurry? We should follow her.
Yeah, women shouldn't be driving. Inconspicuous, Cole.
Come on.
His entire body was around that corner.
Tail the suspect from a safe distance.
Yep. Let's answer some questions while we do this.
All right. Asterix donated $10. Thank you very much, sir. Does the guy reading the questions get a cut of these donations?
Of course.
Yes, of course. You're actually keeping me alive. Thank you. Sir Waffle donated $15. Thank you very much. Just out of curiosity, thoughts on Jesus Christ as a person? I heard he was a good goy.
He's a hell of a carpenter.
I Hate Liberals donated $5.
You know, he was a carpenter. You know that means at some point Jesus, the Son of God, was sitting on a porch whittling. You know this happened. At least once. You live in a world where Jesus was a whittler.
I Hate Liberals donated $5. Did you hear about Saudi Arabia? The price of a car insurance is about to triple. See you guys when I get back from Taco Bell. I mean Puerto Rico.
Get in there and see
Godspeed.
And Hungriest Nunu donates $5. This is a Clinton cover-up. A rape child, a murder attempt, a cover-up. And later on, the investigator suffers an untimely demise. Clinton's the game.
Enter the cafe without being seen. What? Okay, let's try that again.
Destroy-a-Coon donated $2.99. Razor, Terrence, what are your best crazy lib stories?
Let's see. Oh.
Get in there and see what she's up to.
Here's the thing, we live in Arizona. We don't get a whole lot of them. Where's the newspaper? There we go. There we go. He's on the phone with Charlie Brown's teacher.
Well, then make someone else do it.
Zionists.
Then make some calls.
Remember when women used to dress up? Like, just to be out? Remember when men used to dress up just to be out?
Three-piece suits just to walk down
Just
the
to
street.
go outside, wearing a hat just to go outside. Taking off the hat when you go indoors. And this was during a sustained period of pause in immigration. I'm sure there's no connection.
None.
I'm sure there's none. Hey, 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 go. Okay, bud. Alright. There we go. Was there a question I was in the middle of answering there?
She didn't stop for like
In the middle of answering? No, I don't believe so.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Got an address. Wilson's Hotel.
Oh, yeah. Your best crazy lib story.
Oh, yes.
If he's got any sense, he'll be as far away from home as possible.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Sense. He wouldn't have tried bumping off Guy McCaffrey's life in the first place. Or he
Yes!
jumped up.
I had a professor who was a hardcore shit lib. And when I say hardcore, I mean he was part of a nationwide controversy. I had a philosophy professor. I needed an elective, and I hadn't taken any super fucking liberal class yet. So I was like, well, let's check that off the bucket list. And so I took philosophy. And this guy, I'll even give you his name. His name was Lee Carter. And this guy, he looked like a fucking philosophy teacher. He was bald as a badger, huge beard, right? Huge, gigantic gray beard. He was old, he was stooped. And he was impressive in some ways. I got along with him in some ways. Like, first day of class, he sat us down and he just stared at us all and wrote down notes and took roll. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And then he explains that he's memorizing all of our names and faces.
That's not creepy.
Yeah, well, no, because he wanted it to be personal, which I respect. So, like, years later, I run into the guy. He knows my name and face. Boom. Right on. He committed it to memory. So, anyway, this guy, this was in the middle of the Iraq War, and he said something to the effect of, Al-Qaeda was justified or because we bombed them or something. This was not in my class, by the way. This was in another period, or it happened maybe the year before. Anyways, what happened was, at the beginning of my class, he tells us all, you can't record the class.
Evidence.
You can't record it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why not? Because he does nothing but lecture, and then we take a test every quarter, which, by the way, that's how I prefer my classes. And so I'm wondering why, and he's like, I'll tell you guys why later, and he did. Apparently, he was delivering a lecture, and he said Al-Qaeda was justified to blow up the World Trade Center, and all those people were horrible, ungodly capitalists. And someone recorded him. And sent it to the local radio station.
Ooh.
KFYI, conservative station. And it blew up nation fucking wide. And so that would be my crazy shitlib moment. This guy would go off for hours on end. Well, not hours, we would have 1 hour, but he would go off for interminable duration about, how wonderful communism and socialism are. He bragged glowingly about his dual citizenship in Canada. Whoops. And talk about socialized medicine and how much better it was. All the while, he got all his major procedures done here in America. He'd just talk about how much better it is and how we need to switch over to that system. Basically, long story short, you can imagine me being in a class with this person. The class ceased to be Philosophy 101 and turned into the RazörFist versus Lee Carter debate hour. And that was what it was, from beginning to end. Every time I raised my hand, the entire class groaned. It was fucking brilliant. It was brilliant. And it was hilarious because by the end of the debate, I'd have the whole class on my side. But they still knew that it was going to be a long aside and they weren't going to be able to get into any work because this teacher could never admit when he was wrong. And it would just, it devolved into that. So that would be my crazy shitlib moment. It was a series of moments.
And as for me, I honestly, I don't have one. I've never run into anybody like that.
I think she was dumped out of her tiny mind and given the casting couch. That fucking bitch Ballard sold her out.
Whoa. You had it coming, pal.
Someone a favor. Why did they try to kill him?
Let's do a couple more.
Yep.
Andrea Jovanovic donated $2.
Thanks, bro.
Says, stop donating via Super Chat, audience. And I believe he means, donating via Streamlabs. But we appreciate either, whichever is most convenient for our audience.
Yeah, whatever.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, we get more from the non-Super Chat donations, but, whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Alex Seekman donates $10. Hey, Razor, what do you think about the new Last of Us clone? God of War game.
Oh, God. Is it really Last of Us?
You gotta kid.
It struck me as Skyrim. Because apparently everything has to be Skyrim now.
Oh, yeah. Carzy Day donated $2. Jim Sterling versus Movie Bob. Also, who do you hate less?
I despise them both about equally. They're both fucking cancer. Sterling, I'll say this in Movie Bob's defense. At least he has the balls to throw his fucking politics out there. Sterling cowers like a fucking girl. He fucking cowers in fear from revealing the full depths of his liberal bullshit. And only occasionally will it fucking escape. Because he knows that his audience will fucking turn on him like a pack of rabid dogs. Because his views are complete horseshit and they're outdated and it's fucking standard British shitlib fare. So I'll say that in Movie Bob's defense, at least he just wears it. He's just out there. Hey, I'm Movie Bob, I'm liberal as shit, here it is. Sterling's like, am I liberal? Am I not? I'll keep you guessing, silly boys. Like, no one's guessing, Sterling, you diabetic golem.
And one last one. Edmund Ploppy donated 10 koala pelts.
We received a call about a domestic disturbance in apartment 803.
Oh, the detectives. Listen, Mrs. Bishop's pretty upset. Take the elevator and then left down the corridor. It's the last door on the right.
Please have my shekels and confirm my bias by ranting about why The Last of Us is a festering lump of cancer.
I actually did that on the Last of Us stream. It's a fucking piece of shit. It's a glorified game of shoots and ladders. I don't understand. Why the praise? Why? I don't get it. I never will. The stealth barely works. The fucking... everything about it barely works. It's just... everything middle of the road about video games right now at this moment, none of them done exceptionally well, and all of them just shit out in one giant package, which, by the way, is Naughty Dog in a fucking nutshell. That's all the Uncharted games. That's all Naughty Dog knows how to do. Do what everyone else is doing, only do it in even more banal fashion. Whoa, stop that.
You're letting me loose?
LAPD, ma'am. Are you in danger?
I'm all right now. You just missed them. Horrible, awful men.
Are you injured, Mrs.?
Mrs. Bishop. Gloria Bishop.
Are you mercifully unraped?
Men officers.
Gay cowboys! Did you see that movie poster?
Look at this mess.
48's revenge.
Premises, ma'am. You take a moment to gather your thoughts.
I will. Thank you, officer.
Now this is tricky because there's a lot of shit everywhere and very little of it is actually pertinent.
Would this be a good time for questions?
Maybe. Yeah, let's go for it.
Eric Stone donated $2. Thoughts on the new Punisher?
That trailer looked kick-ass. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good.
DKJ Spec.
New Testament.
It doesn't appear to be connected.
Oh, you can pick that up?
Yes.
Remember.
No, we use that as an ending gag.
Yeah.
I can't use this at all. This is useless.
This seems completely irrelevant. DKJ Specca, Garbage Human, donated $5. If they make another LA Noire, what era would you prefer it to be in? The classic 40s era again, or a more neo-noir detective?
I'd like actually to go to the 20s.
Razor Phelps.
I'd like it to go in the 20s. I've never understood why more noir does not take place in the 20s. It's like kind of the same era, kind of the same style. You have even more corruption and drug use and crime and shit, you know. Have it take place in the 20s. What the fuck? That's when crime movies started, by the way, you know.
Kurt Cobain's microphone donated $5. Any more Immortal albums that aren't pure Holocaust?
Battles in the North.
Or any Emperor.
Actually, my favorite isn't even Pure Holocaust or Battles in the North. My favorite Immortal record is Damned in Black. That's a damn good record. No pun intended.
Or any Emperor albums that I should check out. Holocaust kicks ass, by the way.
Check out Wrath of the Tyrant. That's my favorite Emperor record.
I don't think so.
What is this, categories? Apparently Phelps thinks going out and finding the word on the street means dumping out a Scrabble board on the sidewalk.
Alex Seekman donated $10. I know this is...
Presented to Mark.
Alrighty.
He donates $10. I know this is quite an old topic, but what do you think about Destiny, the Destiny cut content, story content controversy?
You mean Destiny 2?
I believe so. He just says Destiny.
You know, they're pulling the same old bullshit.
Nothing significant.
What was it? Did they cut content to sell you later?
In order to sell it to you later.
Ah,
the
Jesus.
standard fucking, it's, you know, story old as time. Song as old as rhyme. Fucking us in the ass. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be here all night. 2 drink minimum. What's this? God, there's so much irrelevant bullshit. What is this?
Looks like the old movie set downtown.
Interesting. Can I open this? Is this... I can't.
Barry Goldwater's corpse donates $5.
Thank you, Barry!
My boy, I hope you're getting your daily dose of Commie Killer X from LA Noire. Godspeed.
Replica of a replica.
Intolerance by D.W. Griffith. Yeah, part of this game goes to that movie set. Speaking of which, a little bit of Democratic Party trivia. The very first movies ever screened at the White House, was actually a D.W. Griffith racist film called Birth of the Nation, and the president who pushed that was a little gentleman by the name of Woodrow Wilson, who was one of the biggest mistakes in U.S. history. Yeah, he was massively into fucking eugenics and racism, and yeah, Woodrow Wilson was a swell guy. Swell fucking guy.
Whoever robbed the place or went through the place didn't take any money.
Yeah, they didn't take the money. That is evidence without really being evidence.
And that's $5 of 1940s money.
Yeah, that's like $500 today.
Nam Nguyen donated $2. Hopes that Ace Combat 7 will redeem the series.
It looks better. It looks better. The last one was a piece of shit, so, you know, you can't really go any further down from where they are at present.
To be clear, that we're not talking about 6. We're talking about Assault Horizon.
Night Train. One of my favorite jazz standards.
Testicular Tactics donated $2. What
That's
sexual favors does $2 get me?
For $2, I'll scream insults at you while you jerk off on the other side of the country.
Wow, for $2?
For $2. In fairness, that's what I'll do, whether you pay or not. I'll just scream insults at you. That's... Oh, there we go. That's the picture I was thinking of. Who's this?
Looks like a mermaid in the background. Silver screen.
How can you look at anything but their doughy mugs?
My husband, Mark, and Marlon Hopgood.
Prototype Starbucks.
That's Hopgood.
Now, I remember the questioning sequence from this being kind of hard, too.
It is. I think this is the one that I complained about the most, where you bring up the check and the check is wrong.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm gonna do?
Save scum.
I'm gonna save scum. I'm gonna walk outside so it auto-saves. Walk outside so it auto-saves. Just go across the street real quick. This is a neat little trick for LA Noire, by the way.
While you do that, Sir Waffle donated $20. Thank you very much.
Thanks, bro.
Favorite musical or song from a musical?
Probably... You know what? I'm an Oz fanatic. I'm going with Wizard of Oz.
And is that the same song?
No. My favorite song from a musical would actually be from The Wiz.
Okay.
It'd be You Can't Win. Michael Jackson as the fucking Scarecrow.
War Goat.
The Wiz is very underrated, by the way. Don't believe fucking Doug Walker and Todd in Shadows and whatever fucking retards gave a negative review to that. It's an awesome fucking movie. You know, it's Black Wizard of Oz. It was during that whole, like, 70s kind of black pride by kind of taking the piss out of ourselves thing. Like, I love there's this running gag in The Wiz where Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, they keep trying to hail a cab and the cab keeps driving past them. Because they're all black. It's fucking great. That's a great movie. And I think Joel Schumacher did the art design for that. It's got this really cool kind of urban, it's like a dystopian Wizard of Oz kind of. It looks really cool. I love that fucking movie. All right, let's talk to this.
And we will hold questions for now.
Let's talk to this prevaricating slag.
For Guy McCaffrey. You know the name?
No. Why should I?
June Ballard is married to Guy McCaffrey. Have you heard of her?
That slut. She's been badgering my husband for days.
Mrs. McCaffrey alleges that your husband tried to kill her and her friend last night. I think you should tell us what you know.
My husband's a movie producer. This has something to do with his new picture. He doesn't include me in his business.
This ain't over.
I hate this bitch. Doesn't include her in the business.
And you know what? I don't think the check ever comes into play, ever.
Are you sure?
Even though it has the person's name on it, I remember...
Then let's just doubt.
June Ballard said she had a deal to be in his new picture.
Mark repeatedly...
That makes no sense.
No.
None.
Joan Leslie lined up for the role. That's how he got the finance. June made all...
You know, if you guys want to remaster this game, remaster the fucking questions and the evidence.
They were both on the same picture a few years back.
Where can we find your husband, ma'am?
He told me he would be on set. That's all I know.
Either we find him or McAfee's people do, Mrs. Bishop. If you care for him, you should make sure that we find him first.
I do care for him. But I don't really know where he'd go if he were in trouble. Hopgood might know.
They're similarly doughy and off-putting.
Why is your husband paying Lorna Hopgood?
No, the check does come up.
$1,000.
Lorna? Marlon's ex-wife? Are you sure?
And the Oscar goes to...
You're lying, Mrs. Bishop. It's some kind of payoff. You know exactly what the money is for and who it's getting paid to.
Do I? Would you like to prove that, detective?
It's not the check. I'm certain it's not the check.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna doubt.
Looks like I was mistaken.
I'm gonna doubt.
Your husband looks like
Yeah,
he's being blackmailed.
good call.
They obviously have something.
That makes no sense.
No.
None.
Why is the payment going to Hopgood and not McAfee?
Why isn't it going to Norton?
Check cashing place in Hollywood. You need to ask Hopgood why he needs that much money in cash.
Your husband was at a casting yesterday with a young girl?
Not that I know of. He told me he was looking at locations. The picture's been cast.
Huh. That's a tough one to interpret. I don't know whether to... I think I'm going with doubt.
Jessica remembered a mermaid. The mermaid on the front of the prop store. You better come clean with me.
This is a sick town, detective. Are you sure you really want to know?
Imagine how much sicker it is in 2017. I don't know. Ask Elijah Wood.
Ask
Corey Haim's.
Feldman.
Ask Corey Haim's corpse.
Yeah.
I was 16 when I first met him. I thought he was a genius. A magician with film. I was 20 before I realized he was just a B-movie hack. But he's nothing compared to some of the monsters at these big studios. My guess is Ballard sacrificed her little friend. Happens to a lot of girls.
This ain't over.
And then my hair became a pastry.
It would go easier for him if you were more helpful, Mrs. Bishop.
He's a big boy, detective, and so
Ooh.
this is
Ranked
Hollywood.
up.
There's always
Actually got all those right.
That was, I mean, one of the hardest ones in the
That
game.
is,
We did it.
yeah, that is not easy.
And see, you were ready to save Scum.
Well, I did save Scum. I just didn't have to avail myself of it.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Look at how much better does that shot look in black and white?
Yeah.
The one in the hallway. Just the lighting and everything. It could do with being slightly higher contrast. But other than that, it just looks breathtaking.
All right, let's push through some of these.
Yeah, let's do some more questions before we move on.
Wargoat donated $5.
Godspeed, sir.
Do you like Star Trek the Animated Series?
I haven't seen it. I have never seen Star Trek the Animated Series. It's on Amazon Prime, so I should give it a whirl. But right now, I'm working my way through Next Generation. And I just got to Season 3 where it gets good. So.
Best Way Killer donated $5. This episode of Rageaholic Arcade should be titled Cole Phelps, Thought Patrol.
It kind of is.
Samuel Steingart donated $5. Thank you very much. Stupid question to ask, but would Rear Window be considered noir?
I've seen it called that. I've seen Rear Window described as noir. Alfred Hitchcock has made noir.
The way it's shot, I would definitely say it's noir. I might lean a little more towards thriller, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Alfred Hitchcock is kind of that way.
Just loyal, or she's in on it. She didn't seem like your average giddy broad.
Hitchcock's kind of a cross-genre picture kind of guy.
Time for Bishop to put a couple of oceans between him and
Let's see, Iron donated $2. Any hints on the next power metal band you'll do Mythos on?
Iced Earth is a distinct possibility.
Karis donated $5.
And we can talk about fucking Ripper Owens being fired over email. Bullshit. I love... If you guys don't listen to the Classic Metal Show, by the way, you need to. It's a great internet radio show for heavy metal, just classic metal. Shout out to the Classic Metal Show. And they call Iced Earth frozen dirt.
Oh my god.
Because after they fired Ripper Owens over that bullshit, fucking John Schaefer is a cunt. Just a cunt.
See, look what you started.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into that shit. Where fucking... He made a whole record, The Glorious Burden, that was like, America, fuck yeah, the album. It was amazing. And Ripper Owens was singing on it. It's still the best-selling record of their entire career. You know, if you adjust for... it's not the highest charting because now albums don't sell. But it came out in 2003 or 2004, back when albums still kind of sold. And so it sold a lot more copies, but charted lower than the more recent ones, if that makes sense. So, yeah, they make this record, and then they go and tour Europe, because that's where metal is big. And they had been opening all their shows with the Star Spangled Banner heavy metal version, but Europe was all mad about the Iraq War. So these pussies take the fucking Star Spangled Banner out of their set. Just take it out. And then apologize for jingoism and shit. And Ripper Owens, who you can look at his Twitter and see he's pretty conservative, was, you know, he's kind of like, come on, dude. Like, what the
This
fuck?
ain't over.
They fucking fire his ass over email and replace him with Matt, I'm a glorified goddamn grunge singer, Barlow. And
that?
And then Barlow leaves. Barlow leaves like an album later, and he didn't sound the same. He clearly wasn't into it. Barlow's a fucking hump. I'm sorry, people. I know he has his fans, but I've never been one of them.
Karis donated $5.
Try making it to the next intersection without killing anybody.
Glad to join the stream. Recently finished Splinter Cell Chaos Theory after seeing your retrospect.
I just got the Splinter Cell collection. We will definitely have to do that on a RazörFist Arcade.
And he says, yeah, fuck Conviction.
Oh, what a piece of shit. What a piece of shit.
The Examined Life.
Blacklist is slightly better, though. You know, I recommend Blacklist. It's not good, but it's better than Conviction by quite a bit.
Phelps and Bukowski, LAPD.
Now this guy has... I have preteen body parts in my freezer written all over his face.
How can I help? You hold castings here?
How'd you hear about that? I've got a little soundstage out back.
Lead the way.
I remember this guy being a bit of a pain in the ass to interrogate too.
This
whole case was kind of a pain.
I don't like mayonnaise.
Is there anything over here to see? Nothing? No.
So, you coming?
I don't know that I want to hear that from the casting couch guy. Wait, there was stuff over here for me to see. Yep. Should we watch this or skip it?
Is it really... Does it unlock anything? Because...
Oh, look at that shot.
Listen, I have to call you back. I got some business here.
Sit down, Courtney. This is Mickey. Mickey, this is Courtney Sheldon.
It sets up later cases.
Straight out.
I hear you're back at school learning to be a doctor, kid.
Yes. That's right, Mr. Cohen.
You want to be a doctor and a dope peddler.
There's a distinction. Oh right, it's not 2017. Shit.
We might have. Yeah. Selling your dope to my boy Lenny looked like a good move, but Lenny has been supplying
Black eyes, dead eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Not used to the juice without a little of the middleman taking his cut.
Lenny promised that wouldn't happen, Mr. Cohen. And Lenny works for you.
What can I say about Lenny? Let me think. Oh yeah, he's a putz. And he's lazy, and he's greedy, but he's my wife's brother. How can you make a cake with those ingredients, huh? Jeez.
So how's that lunch problem?
Boy, that guy in the middle's got smug douche down to a fucking science.
Do some repackaging. You need to get the dope out of those dinky little cardboard boxes and
Surrettes.
Yeah, Surrettes. Great. put into a big vat so we can water it down a little bit.
I won't bore you with the chemistry, but it doesn't work that way. You're likely to kill even more people.
Okay, listen. We want to buy you out, kid. I'll offer you 50 grand.
Uh-oh.
Hey. Hey.
It's a good deal. It's a good deal in 1940s money.
The Sheldon kid? I think I want him dead.
You get to, every time that guy talks, you can tell the writers just had a field day with the 1940s gangster slang. Alright. Sweet. But if they just legalized it, it would fix the problem, right?
The Examined Life of Gaming donated $5. This is why I had a hard time with this game. The facial expressions have all the subtlety of Blue's Clues, but the lied-out logic is impenetrable.
This is where you sprang from.
Aha.
Hello there. Yes, sir.
Hungriest Nunu donated $2. Sadly, kitty fucking is common in Jew-run Hollywood.
Oh my. Let's get in there.
Around?
Yeah, let's get in there and interrogate the fucker.
We'll get back to your questions as soon as we can, folks. And thank you again to everyone.
I think you have to talk to him first and then you look around a little. Sporting!
This ain't over.
Keep him here, Stefan. I'm gonna take a look around.
Okay, now I have to look around.
Don't try my patience, knucklehead.
Alright. Come on.
What do you think? Search through all this crazy movie junk.
Two-way mirror? Could you be any more obvious, asshole?
Alright, while you do this, Nam Nguyen donated $5.
Godspeed, sir.
So this case is basically modern Hollywood.
And it,
Anyway.
it is basically how little it has changed.
Anyway, planning on an Accept Mythos remaster since the Rise of Chaos was released?
I am definitely going to add Rise of Chaos to that. Absolutely. Abso-goddamn-lutely.
Walrus Aurelius donated $5. Welcome back, sir.
Hold on a fucking second. How do you... There we go. Oh, what the fuck?
Ooh.
What the shit?
I think this is gonna help us.
It's probably just a prop anyway.
Oh, alrighty.
Walrus Aurelius donated $5. JFK killed hat fashion and our dreams of sustainable spaceflight.
JFK did actually kill hat fashion, the fucker.
And non-communist Cuba.
Yeah.
Drake Emerson donated $5. Thank you very much.
And his brother killed what was left of the fucking country.
Hey, Razor, any chance of a Mafia 2 live stream?
I never played it. I'm not really familiar with it. Didn't Spoonie recently do a stream of that?
I don't think so. I played through it. It was okay for story, but after that, you're pretty much done. I mean, it's really just kind of dies off.
Aren't you supposed to, like, turn on the light?
Something like that. Maybe examine the mirror itself?
Maybe. Or...
Jake Coate donated.
I cannot remember for the life of me. Oh, right, in here.
Right, stage lights.
Turn off the lights, Hopgood.
Oh, you have to.
Why would I want to do that? Humor it.
Hi there.
Hello.
One-way mirrors. There's a room on the other side.
You little fuck.
Huh. Well. Find a way into that.
I don't like mayonnaise.
The only objection that matters.
Jake Coate donated $15. Thank you very much, sir. Very generous.
Godspeed. What do we have here?
You may know me.
Oh, hello. Podesta Party Poppers.
Doping a 15-year-old kid and abusing her in a screen
test. What is wrong with these people?
Jesus Christ. Anything else? I
Just
I could
leaving it out in the open, too.
Anything in the camera?
Now you have to find a way into that room.
Yeah, I do.
J. Coates says, "You may know me as that guy from Arby."
Yes!
But no longer. I have shed my corporate shackles, and now wish to be called by a different name. Call me the Closer.
The Closer.
Also God fucking speed.
So you're the thing the Arizona Diamondbacks don't have. Yep.
It was rather jerky, wasn't it?
Anything over here?
Nah.
Nope.
D20
The beer bottles are never evidence. Not even once. Which is ridiculous. They have fingerprints on them. Hi there. Oh, that's good. No, hold on. I want to see these pictures.
I wonder if they saw this, how many budding starlets would still get on the bus to come to Hollywood.
Shitload. A metric shitload.
Wow, all I have to do is take off my clothes and they'll give me money? That's awesome.
Yep. Oh, boy. Oh, wow.
Gross.
Classy, classy shit. Got a real Chuck Berry operation going on here. What's this? Jungle Drums.
8th and Francisco. Attention, Mark Bishop.
8th Street and Francisco. Well, we got a new address. And a fucking machete.
Huh. Prop. D20 ASMR donated $2. I think you passed over my super chat. Oh, did I? I didn't see one from you.
Well, did he ask the question? In that?
No. I'm looking back through Streamlabs here.
Oh.
What happened to the film of Hamilton's screen test?
Mother Hubbard's cupboard is bare.
I'm looking,
done
I'm looking. No, Kurt Cobain's microphone was the first of the night, and I'm not seeing one by you. I apologize if it didn't get read out. Yeah, it's not listed here.
Maybe it didn't go through or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Either way, ask your question again. You don't have to pay.
Yeah, I'll watch the chat here.
Anything in here? Nope. Alright, let's talk to this mook. Actually, let's go outside, save Scum first. This guy, I remember having to save Scum. He is a piece of shit, man. Anything over here? Nah, the music stopped. You can ask questions while we're doing this. So.
Well, I'm looking for D20, and I have to check the chat for that.
Get out there. Come on. Oops, wrong door. There we go. That's the one problem. Like I said last stream, when you're playing in black and white, there's no...
Detective.
What the fuck?
Johnny Goldberg.
Did I just fuck up?
I don't know. Did you leave? Did you not go back to him?
I was trying to go outside to save Scum.
Maybe it doesn't matter?
Hold on, we'll go back to the last save. Because now that we know where everything is, it'll be pretty quick.
I'm not seeing...
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut that out. Sorry, guys.
I'm not seeing D20 in the chat.
That's fine. We'll get to it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to...
But is that all he said?
Yeah, that's
He
it.
didn't bother to repeat the question? Okay, cool.
Where do I
here.
leave off?
Sorry about the repetition, guys. Blame their shitty saving system.
We're investigating the attempted murder of June Ballard and Jessica Hamilton.
Christ. I'm Marlon Hopgood. How can I help?
A skip dialogue button would be very helpful at times like this. Fuck yes.
Soundstage out back.
Lead the way.
Debonair Nerd donated 5 boomerangs.
Whoa!
Hi, Razor. Will you ever do a Music Mythos style of retrospective on a past TV show you enjoy, such as DS9, Deadwood, or The Wire?
I would love to. I would absolutely love to. I'd love to do one, even for, you know, I've been thinking... See, and I don't even have to do that, because I've already done Razor's Edge episodes on... Does it already count? I can skip this. I know you can skip this. Yeah, okay. For once, you can actually skip it. Fun fact about Hollywood, old school Hollywood, I'm reading this book called Hollywood Party about the, basically the communist infiltration of Hollywood that happened in the 30s and 40s, which is a matter of historical record, by the way. It's not like some McCarthy fever dream or something. It's the reason, something a lot of people don't realize, the Un-American Activities Committee actually existed before communism entered Hollywood, before they started the McCarthy hearings. They got interested in Hollywood after the fact. So that's how big the problem actually was. But a lot of interesting things, like finding out that the LA Times, for example, were anti-communist, actually, for a while. And, you know, just little things like I highly recommend this book. I'm about a third of the way through it or so, but extremely edifying information in that book. I knew a lot of it already, but
Keep him here, Stefan. I'm gonna take a look around.
What's this got to do with me? Don't try my patience, knucklehead.
As an aside, some people have been asking, because we brought up Cyberpunk,
what's up?
What do you think about Ruiner?
Haven't heard anything about it.
Looks really good. Like,
it's a game?
Yep.
I don't know. Observer is fantastic, as we saw last week. Fucking Observer is incredible. And the review is coming, by the way. I got the audio to this guy right here, and so it's on its way any day now.
Yeah, expect it within the week.
Doping a 15-year-old kid and abusing her in a screen test. What is wrong with these people?
Let's see. We did that one. Asher donated $2. Hey, Razor, would you ever review the Star Trek series or movies?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, sorry, I got down a little bit of a rabbit hole there. But, I've already reviewed TV shows. I've already done Daredevil and Jessica Jones. I'm gonna be doing Defenders as soon as we're done. We're about halfway through, by the way. And, you know, so I've thought about, I want to do the Amazon Prime original series, Man in the High Castle, which is fantastic, by the way. It's one of my favorite Philip K. Dick books, and the series is really good.
Find a way into that peep den, Phelps. I'll stay here and keep our pervert company.
Anything over here that was actually pertinent? I can't remember. I don't think so.
Andreja Jovanovic donates another $2.
Godspeed.
After DS9, what series do I watch?
Next Generation. Definitely. You watch Next Generation. And you know what else? Enterprise is pretty underrated. I really liked Enterprise from about the end of the second season on. It turned really good. It actually got very similar in approach to DS9. It got very serialized. Big arcs.
This ain't over.
You know, it's really the only other Star Trek series that does that. Except for Discovery, of course, but who wants to see that shitty fucking story serialized?
False Ruler donated $6. Thank you very much.
Starlets would still get on the bus to come to.
God, look, even a brick wall just looks 1,000 times better in black and white, doesn't it?
Did you see Morgan Freeman and his goofy Never Trumper sponsored video? Also low fantasy or high fantasy?
Low fantasy for me. Definitely. I'm not big into the magic stuff. I'm not... That's the thing, low fantasy and high fantasy. Now, here's how I define it, because there's multiple definitions, unfortunately. High fantasy I describe as lots of magic and wizards and shit. You know, really, really lore-oriented. Low fantasy is low tech. That's the way I define it. Other people have different definitions. So for me, I prefer my fantasy to be a little bit more grounded in reality, less magic. Doesn't mean the magic doesn't exist, but just more of a practical, kind of more medieval than fantasy. Look at that.
Example.
That's what I mean, by the way. When I said walls look better in black and white, I've talked about this before. There's a legit advantage and drawback to choosing color over black and white, and a legit drawback and advantage to choosing black and white over color. Color is not an objective improvement over black and white, because black and white can do things that color can't, and one of them is texture. Texture a lot of times gets washed out by color. If you don't believe me, compare Mad Max Fury Road in color to Mad Max Fury Road Black and Chrome Edition. You see every grain of fucking sand in the Black and Chrome Edition. It looks dingier. It looks nastier. It looks less, you know, the Technicolor just blows out all of that detail. It's just gone because of the way the human eyeball works.
And you didn't say if you saw the Morgan Freeman video.
I did not. Sorry.
So what happened to the film of Hamilton's screen test?
I'm Not Gay donated $2.
You're not gay, cowboys?
Thoughts on both 4chan and 8chan's video board? That's very specific.
Yeah, I haven't been there in years, so I couldn't really opine.
Jungle Drums, 8th and Francisco.
They're not fans of mine. Usually, or at least last time I was there, they weren't. There was some asshole there who was literally just linking to my videos, pretending to be me, just to get hate for our videos. So we would get like 5 or 10 comments every fucking video saying, stop spamming on 4chan. And it's like, dude, I haven't been there in like 4 years. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And believe me, if I wanted a fucking audience, 4chan is the last place I'd fucking go. But alright, we have to interrogate this pube. This guy is a son of a bitch.
You ever do any work for Mark Bishop?
This ain't over.
Mainly do work for the studios. RKO, Republic, Warner Brothers. So yeah, when Bishop was doing work for a studio, yes.
When did you last see him?
Now I'm doing work for his next picture. Still pre-production though. Haven't seen him around here in a while.
I assume the picture of him together with Mark Bishop.
That could have been taken at any time, though. It might be a doubt. You passed it.
No, I'm looking through.
No.
This ain't over.
Last reported to be seen on set.
During these sections, we will be holding the questions, so don't worry, folks. We'll get to them afterwards.
Still pre-production.
It could just be a doubt.
That's what I'm thinking. God fucking damn this arbitrary bullshit.
Out on us, Hopgood.
You know, I have very good connections with the Vice Squad.
Yes, he does.
Well, there's a surprise. They won't appreciate you coming
They
in
killed
strong
the giggler, man. They killed the giggler!
Holy shit! Marlon Hopgood killed the giggler.
We need to find him first. Any idea where he might have gone to ground?
If he really tried to kill McAfee's wife, my advice to him would be to leave town.
You have something on him, and now you're going to rat him out to McAfee's goons.
This is a doubt.
Figure that, brain boy.
God damn it.
Sorry.
No, this is a doubt.
To shake the tree to see what falls out.
God, I hate this fucking interrogation. Oh, this guy is so obnoxious. This is the worst case in the whole fucking game. No question.
That's all for now, Hopgood.
The fucking evidence never matches what they're talking about.
Roy Earl, advice. Hold on a moment. This is clearly a vice case. You've been roughing up my informant?
Hopgood is a vice informer?
Yes, he is, Phelps, and a very important one. Look at that mug. Have you been upsetting these two officers, Marlon?
So we just drop it?
You do if you know what's good for you. You need to catch the movie producer before an angry husband does, from what I'm hearing.
I'll be making a full report to the captain, detective.
You do that, kid. We're all very impressed with you. Let it slide, Cole. Let's get out of here.
Detectives.
Yeah, there we
Johnny
go.
Goldberg. You work for Mickey C.
That's right, detectives.
You wouldn't happen to know the guys who roughed up Mrs. Bishop earlier today by any chance?
No, not us. We don't do that kind of thing. It's the husband we'd like to talk to.
This is a police matter. You don't want to be taken in for obstruction of justice.
Prefers the company of other men, I see.
Try the obstruction rap, but it won't stick.
You've had your 10 cents worth, gentlemen.
Bishop knows how.
They put nipples on the fucking logo.
Hits him up for a movie part. Happens every day. But Bishop takes it a step too far and tries to rub out Mrs. McAfee. Naturally, Guy is going to get upset.
What made you think Bishop would be here?
We figure he might be planning a little accident for Hopgood, too. Those two guys have got some unfinished business. You let us know if you find Bishop. Guy McAfee can be a very generous man.
I'm sure you're not the guys who turned over her place.
Stay out of this. This is a police matter. We will be bringing Mark Bishop into custody.
At least he's polite. Kind of dumb, but polite.
But I'm a lot less polite, you smug son of a bitch. So let me put it in ruder terms that even a pair of blockheads like you might understand. The only reason that you don't have bars on your windows already is because you're small fry. And we don't waste our time on small fry. You stay away from Bishop, and you stay away from me. Is that clear enough for you, asshole? Now run along back to your boss so we can pat you on the head and tell you what good boys you are.
I can only imagine the director saying, "Now look like you smelled a fart." Oh, whoa! Son of a bitch!
This ain't over.
No, you
Leg.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, if I can hit him in the leg. That's why I shot your leg out of your leg! Whoa! Whoa,
Of course they got back up.
Come on. There we go. Give me my Tommy gun or something. Yes!
Give it up, chump. I know you're there.
Right in the fucking head. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, that's more like it. Where's my hat? Give me my hat. Thank you. I do love that you can actually pick up your hat afterward. What the fuck? Do I go back in and question the fuck? There's no way that was a fucking coincidence.
Guess
Oh,
not.
Can't go back in. Lovely.
Well, in the meantime,
I'll steal their car.
Get us the hell out of here.
Kestrel the Cunt donated $10. Welcome back,
Let's see
sir.
him chase us now. On to the movie set, Phelps. Let's roll.
Jesus.
Oh, Christ. They say working traffic is like watching paint dry.
You know how to piss people off,
Hey, if they're prepared to gun down cops in broad daylight, McAfee really means business.
Seems like we're the only ones who want Bishop alive.
I have a good mind just to let him go work on the son of a bitch.
Oh, here we
But
go.
I'm done putting my life on the line to protect some child molester.
This is actually a historical incongruity, by the way. The movie set for Intolerance was dismantled before this game is supposed to take place. So.
Kestrel the Cunt asks, after the Grim Reaper mythos, I've been checking out other relatively low-key metal bands. Do you have any opinions on Savage's Loose in Leather and Satan's Court in the Act?
My favorite new wave of British heavy metal album of all time is Savage, Loose, and Lethal. And you know what else is really good is oh god damn it, the second album after that with the guy with the helmet. I don't know why I'm blanking on the name of it. But that second Savage record, the full length, might even be better than Loose and Lethal. It's really fucking good. So yeah, absolutely I have opinions about that. I'm not big into the band Satan though. Just not a huge fan.
Andrea Junvanovic donates $1.
Thanks, bro.
Recommended Star Trek novels.
I have not read any Star Trek novels, so I'm sorry I couldn't help you. I couldn't help you. I have heard some of the DS9 ones are pretty good, though. I saw a few over at the thrift store the other day. So.
Sir Waffle donates $15. Thank you very much. Favorite book, movie moment from the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
Favorite book movie moment? What does that mean?
Just favorite moment from either the books or the movies.
I like how they handled the confrontation with Saruman and Wormtongue.
Bastard now.
Hold on.
No. God damn it.
God damn it.
Get up, Phelps. I'll cover the exit.
I like how they handled the confrontation with Saruman and Wormtongue at the beginning of the extended cut of Return of the King, but I hate how cartoonish it got at the end. And what was the... I've always felt like those movies were kind of unbalanced. Like, I think Two Towers in Return of the King would have benefited from having the Shelob thing at the end of the Two Towers, where they confront the giant spider, and then have, like, you don't know if Frodo is alive at the end of the movie. Obviously, people who read the book would know that he's alive, but you kind of end that movie on a cliffhanger with Frodo being presumed fucking dead. Where the fuck did he go?
That way. You're right.
Yikes! You little shit. Oh, fuck! Yikes! But yeah, I've always felt like those were slightly... No, you little shit. God damn it. Taking a penny loafer to the face. You know, I could whip out my gun and stop this guy. Oh! Holy shit. Let me guess. He's gonna, like, cower around a corner and then clothesline my ass, and we're gonna have to fist fight. Oh, here we go. No, I got him.
Bishop, you're under arrest for the attempted murder of June Ballard and the rape and attempted murder of Jessica Hamilton.
Oh, and he's got an ascot. Of course. He's a director, so of course he's wearing an ascot.
We need to get out of here.
Oh, it's the dad from Man in the High Castle.
Any tricks?
Oh, my 1911.
Follow me. I know another way out of this place.
Oh, shit.
Christ, detective, they're trying to kill me.
Right on his fucking head. Fuck you. Oh, come on. I hate how it automatically aims at the fucking ceiling. Come on. Perk your little head out. Got him. Where'd he go?
This way. LAPD, you're making a big mistake.
Kill them, for God's sake! I don't want to die!
Alright. Come on, that was flush in the dome. Oh, is that a...
There's no way out of here.
Those were exploding red barrels in the color version, I assume.
Oh my God, they're everywhere.
Here we go. Whoa.
Find some cover.
Whoa. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Damn it.
It's this way.
There we go. What the fuck? Where? Ah. Got my Lamont Cranston 45 automatic here. Pop out! What? Oh, that's some bullshit. Let's try that again.
Last chance to back the hell down.
I think I need a... Yeah, let's get that. I need a rifle. Something with longer range. Got him. Jesus. Where are we going?
Kathy doesn't make the rules. You hear me?
There he is. Got him.
Every last one of you if I have to.
Got him right in the head. There we are. Let's try this again.
Real quick, Sir Andy Kluber donated $5.
Where are we getting shot from?
He says, take my cash and pistol whip commies.
Yes! But yeah, interesting little history lesson. What likely created the communist kind of underpinnings of Hollywood was actually how conservative, surprisingly, how conservative the Hollywood bosses were. There was like a labor strike, or a prospective labor strike, and the Hollywood bosses put it down so ruthlessly that it basically caused it gave the unions basically excuse to print propaganda. And so Hollywood was never really the same after that. That happened in the 30s, actually. You know, the Warner Brothers, we're talking the original Hollywood bosses. Warner Brothers, Koch, you know, all those guys. Cohn, all those guys put down prospective strikes. And it kind of gave commies an excuse to be commies. And of course, they were so adept at printing propaganda anyway. Here we go.
Get him over here, I'll cover you. Come on, the cavalry's here.
All right.
I don't want to die.
Whoa! It's always auto-aiming in the most helpful locations. Oh! Well, that'll buff right out.
Follow me. We need to get him to the car. This is all down.
Give me my hat. God damn it. Knew it. Knew it. Where are you, you little shit? Come on. Get up. Got him. Come on. There we are. Are we done? Tell me we're fucking done. Oh, Jesus. No! Oh, those are cops. Thank God.
Jesus, they want this guy dead.
No shit.
This is a gunfight with the cops in broad daylight.
Well, they know he knows their secrets. Fuck yeah.
Now, this is what I call a result. Mark Bishop, erstwhile film producer and all-around piece of shit, catches a fast ticket to Quentin for snatch, rape, and attempted murder. So he gets to spend the next 15 years playing sissy instead of sticking it to
The Ballad of Anthony Weiner.
That is justice with a capital J, Detective Phelps. Developed such a reputation, I'm not going to be able to hold on to you any longer. You're getting promoted. Go on.
Yes! God damn it! You fuckers! You fuckers and your perfect timing. the fuck away from here.
Alright.
If I remember correctly, he wears a fucking pink suit, too.
This your work?
Can I help you, Detective?
Sorry, Cap. Didn't see you there.
Yeah, I'll bet you did. This is a traffic case. You need something?
I'm here to buy a drink for the 2 LAPD traffic cops who broke the back of Guy McAfee's private army. You don't have a problem with that, do you, Captain?
Go right ahead.
Get in. I'm buying.
Is this the start of the Vice cases?
Perhaps.
Is that what comes next? I'm trying to think.
Traffic.
Oh, the game looks so much better at night in black and white. This is how the game should have looked. The whole game.
Sure, I guess. Big bands and swing, I can understand, but this bebop palaver? How are you supposed to dance to that? This is Phelps, Leroy. Be nice to him. You'll like this place. They treat you right.
Jericho Druk over here.
Like a table, Roy.
What do you think we want to do? Stand at the bar like chumps?
Get a table ready for you.
Don't look so happy to see me, Alphonse. I might get the wrong impression. Cole, this is Alphonse. He's a French Negro from Africa. Can you beat that?
Pleasure to meet you, Alphonse.
Is Elsa singing tonight?
Yes, she is. She has the next set.
Come on, Cole. You can meet Elsa while they're fixing us a table. You'll like her. She's something else.
Maybe another night, Roy. She's pretty beat up about it.
Get your hands off me. Don't ever tell me what to do or what not to do, Alphonse. You got a nice club here. Don't spoil it.
If you will follow me, detectives. Just through the door.
Was my only real friend, Harlan. We went through it all.
God, mirrors with reflections. What year is this?
You have no idea. You said it was construction work.
It was an industrial accident, Elsa. How can I be held responsible?
Elsa, are you going on?
Louis, for God's sake, he was my best friend. The only man who ever loved me without putting his hands on me.
Hi, Elsa. Here's someone I'd like you to meet. Cole Phelps, war hero and crime fighter extraordinaire.
And why would I want to meet another fascist from the LAPD?
What do you mean National Socialism started with leftism? What do you mean?
Who do you think you're talking to, you German junkie whore?
This ain't over.
Sanguine. Louis, help me here.
Holy Toledo! The perfect exclamation point.
Meet Dr. Harlan Fontaine, doctor to the stars. Mr. Fix-It to the mental wreckage of Hollywood. So what about that drink, boys?
Alrighty, we got that done. Sweet! Case over. With that, I am going to take a piss real quick, and I'll be right back and answer all your questions.
Promoted Homicide Desk. Sorry it's been a little slow with the questions, guys. I know your donations are a bit behind. We'll try to get to them as fast as we can. Just that this is a very story-heavy game. And he can be a little long-winded, you know. So, how's everybody doing tonight? I'm hungry. Ah, his phone did something. Oh my god. You guys see that Red Dead 2 trailer? Looks really good. How about you, RazörFist? Have you seen the second Red Dead trailer?
Yes, it looks fantastic. I can't wait to pay for half of the game in DLC. It's gonna be fantastic.
Oh, let's do some
like a
questions.
fucking racehorse.
Joshua Walls donated $2.
Godspeed, sir.
Love what you do. Ever heard of Primordial?
Of course. I'm not a fan, but I've heard of them.
Nosmosis donated $5.
Godspeed.
Based on your mythos, you like Striper quite a bit. So
Mhm.
any contemporary Christian rock metal that you're into? Maybe Red, Demon Hunter, or Norma Jean?
I've heard of Norma Jean. I like Zayo. They're not really Christian. They're just Christians in a band, though, I suppose. Though the older Zayo stuff that's like way more explicitly Christian, in my opinion, musically is also their best stuff. It's like way more metal, way more thrashiness to it. The first couple of albums, All Else Failed, and Splinter Shards, The Birth of Separation, I think.
Stop it. Pragmatic Culture donated $15. Thank you very much, sir. Hey, Razor. Bo Buchanan's Death of the West, per your recommendation. Oh, bought.
Yeah.
Buchanan's Death of the West, per your recommendation. But I'm a bit busy with college. Any sections you'd suggest I read which are especially pertinent?
Dude, just start reading. Just start reading. Especially the first couple chapters in particular are a massive fucking red pill. You will never look at the immigration issue the same
really?
again in your life. It is unbelievable. I read that in 2003, and I remember distinctly the shitty look the librarian gave me when I checked it out from the fucking public library. Yeah, they got some shit libs working at the public library, and I remember that crossing the fucking desk and her just...
Did she make the sound too?
She looked right down her nose at me. It was glorious.
Jack Cummingstein donated $501. I figured you've heard of the German band Rage. What is your favorite album from them? If you haven't given them a listen, then what is your thoughts on the Wise series? I've never played a Wise game. Wise or Yeast or whatever. It's a little video game.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some stuff from Rage. I couldn't name exact albums because I wasn't like hit by holy shit how amazing these guys are. So, you know, just one of those bands I haven't gotten into properly yet.
Alrighty. And Inspector Javert donates $2. Is Blues and Bullets still worth buying?
Yeah, the first couple episodes are great, and it's pretty cheap. You know, I don't know if it's going to be finished or what. The last thing A Crowd of Monsters said is the game is not canceled, but they're just having some kind of difficulty. I don't know if they lost team members or what the fuck, but something was going on with them. So I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever be finished, but the first several episodes are cool.
D20 ASMR donated $10 and says, I'll pay again anyway. Sorry, sir. What are your thoughts on the upcoming Cyberpunk 2077 game from CG Projekt Red? Excited despite their rip-off status?
I just think it looks kind of visually safe.
Are you sure? Because I haven't seen shit except for that CG trailer.
That's
about
what I'm
3
saying.
Or 4 years
I
ago.
thought that trailer looked like a bunch of Animu shit with the fuck. Hey, look, it's the future, so we got a bunch of cops with stupid helmets on. Like, what the fuck? Come on, like, pull something original out of your fucking. It didn't look that interesting. And then the cybernetic chick. I mean, she just looked like one of the augmented people from Deus Ex: Human Revolution. And I've said this on previous streams, I could pretty much tell you how they're going to promote this game, because CD Projekt do the same thing every time they release a game. They talk shit about whatever game their sales are inferior to, but is like big in the field. They did it with Witcher 1. When that game came out, they talked shit about, well, every American RPG. When Witcher 2 came out, they talked mad shit about Dragon Age. When Witcher 3 came out, they talked shit about Skyrim and Dragon Age Inquisition. When this comes out, and CD Projekt Red can preemptively fuck themselves, they're gonna bash Deus Ex. I know it. I know they're gonna talk shit about Deus Ex. Because it's what they do. It's what they do every single time they put out a game. They have to take pot shots at a game that 9 times out of 10 is superior to the fucking direct they're pinching out. Yeah, I fucking said it. Witcher 3 is overrated as shit. And I'd be saying that even if it wasn't a plagiarized piece of shit, by the way. It's a boring-ass game that takes forever to get fucking going. They never provide you with a reason to give a fuck about Ciri, and she's 90% of the fucking plot.
Vorig Waff donates $5. Hey guys, are you aware of and what are your thoughts on the working conditions many former employees have revealed about working at CD Projekt?
I haven't heard about that. I don't know. I know...
I'm not familiar with the working
The one thing, and I talk about this a little bit in the Observer review, is I don't think there are people penning all these screeds about how the Polish industry is going to save us all. But they don't realize it's government subsidized. And that has not ended well a single time. It'll work for a little while. Holy fucking shit. I'm sorry, I preemptively look over my shoulder when I hear that. Yeah, like, if you looked at what happened with Kingdoms of Amalur being funded by the government of Rhode Island, and how much money the state of Rhode Island lost over that, and Kurt Schilling is still being dicked in every hole over that, you'll understand why it's not such a great idea to subsidize video game development. Leave it to the capitalist sphere. Look at what's going on in Montreal. It was going really well for a while there. Now, it's kind of going in the other direction. The Montreal studios are starting to get closed, one by one. Look at what's going on with BioWare. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not a good idea to be funding the development of private industry.
Hungriest Nunu donated $2. Thank you. Man in the High Castle. Nazis are bad, right? Right?
That's the thing about Man in the High Castle. They humanize the Nazis, which is really a pretty crazy fucking thing. But the thing is, the Nazis in the show. So do you know? Well, yeah, you know. You watched the pilot with me. He refuses to watch the rest of the show because he has bad taste and he's got other shows to watch.
I've been busy with my animus.
Right.
Yeah.
He's been busy watching Please Teacher.
Oh.
But anyway,
why do you gotta pick that one?
But it's basically an alternate future where the Axis won the war.
Right.
And they occupied America. So, kind of interesting. It's also interesting because there's some incongruities. The earliest map of the world, according to Man in the High Castle, showed there being 3 sides. Because you'll wonder throughout, like, where the fuck is Italy in all this? Because they were kind of the original Axis power. It was originally, like, Italy has some kind of empire in fucking Africa and in Greece, I think. And Nazi Germany has the rest of Europe and America, and Japan has the other half of America, and Japan and China, and you know, they've got their own empire and whatever. They've occupied all these areas. But a recent map that you see on the show, which is, you know, a huge fucking inconsistency, just shows Japan and Germany. So apparently Italy just got swallowed up by Germany or something as a puppet regime. I don't know what the fuck happened.
William Sova donated $5. Hey Razor, would you consider doing videos on running a session of BattleTech or Stormbringer?
Yes.
With some other YouTuber or friends?
Yes.
And Godspeed. I believe Sargon.
Sargon said he would do a Vampire the Masquerade thing with me, which I still plan to do. But I will corrupt him into doing BattleTech. I will pluck at his cold British heartstrings and force him to play BattleTech.
The Beggar Hero donates $5. What do you make of fascist involvement in Spanish Civil War with the neutrality of Spain during World War II?
People have called that the dress rehearsal for World War II. In actuality, the Italian concern in the Civil War. So, like, Germany was in it for its own reasons, the advancement of the fascist cause, whatever. Italy specifically, this is a part of the story that is never told. Italy, Mussolini's main rival was a communist, right, in Italy. And when Mussolini took power, like, the communists and this rival of his, whose name I'm blanking on right now, he had tried to have Mussolini killed. He'd tried to have a number of fascist leaders killed. And so Mussolini, he knew there was going to be blowback, and then of course Mussolini wound up winning. And the March on Rome and everything else, Victor Emmanuel III names Mussolini the Prime Minister of Italy. And so this guy, he runs. He ran to like Switzerland, and then they heard that he was in Spain. So the Spanish Civil War on the Italian side was actually Italians fighting Italians for the most part. It was commies versus fascists. That's what it was. It was basically a way of ending the leadership dispute within the Socialist Party in Italy, the fascist wing and the communist wing. And then, of course, they got their asses kicked because the commies were being funded by Russia. So Russia just poured shitloads of armaments at them. Mussolini had no idea that there was going to be so much Soviet funding. So this is the thing. People kind of portray Italy in World War II as really inept and shit. In actuality, they were pretty ahead of the curve for where they had been. You have to remember, this is a pastoral agrarian culture. They were still trying to industrialize. And Mussolini brought them pretty far, all things considered. But what happened was Hitler wasn't supposed to invade Poland, and he gave Mussolini his word, I'm not going to invade Poland. Because Mussolini said, I need 2 years to build up my military. And then Bronson came along and killed them all.
Yeah.
And then Hitler went ahead and invaded like 6 months later. And basically Mussolini got caught flat-footed. He needed 2 years to build up his industry and his military. Because he wound up wasting all that money and all those resources in the Spanish Civil War fighting essentially his political rival. And then that political rival, after he won, quote-unquote, in the Spanish Civil War, he turns up dead on the side of a road in Spain. Mussolini's finally like, fuck this guy. And he sends in black shirts to just assassinate his ass. So
Sawyer Cantrell donates $5. Here, man, and thanks for the PC advice.
Godspeed.
Wargoat donates $2. Have you ever read the Mitrokin Archives?
Hold on a sec. I've never read it. No.
Stevie Ray Vaughan's free helicopter rides donates $20.
Hold on.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good sound. Sound of 1,000 Kobe Bryant dinner dates.
All right, gentlemen, take your seats.
Oh boy.
Let's get this over before.
Going to have hard-boiled potatoes.
You will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms.
A wee drink.
Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table, and the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from burglary to the homicide desk. Stand up, Phelps. Take a chair. You're in the major leagues now, Sonny. Rusty Galloway, a fine.
Oh God. This fucking hump.
Your first case is the murder of a woman found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf. Get out to the scene, lads.
Alrighty. So we got a werewolf serial killer in LA.
Let's see. Let's see. Stevie Ray Vaughan's free helicopter rides donated $20. Thank you very much, sir.
Appreciate it.
Razor Sticks went on stream with Mr. Medicor.
Yep.
Will you ever do a stream with him? Also, I love the World War II flashbacks in this game.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really familiar with Mr. Medicor. I don't know. I remember some of his Gamergate videos, but you know, I'm just not that well acquainted with the guy. But I'm not opposed to it.
And he donates again. He donates $10. Razor, please make a compilation video and add that part.
Street, Belmont.
What part?
The part that happened 17 minutes ago. Sorry.
We really should do like a best streams moments kind of video.
Nesniskip donated $5. Chances of you sitting in for Sarah Sanders, red dress optional.
I don't know who that is.
It's not coming to mind.
I have no fucking idea who that is. That would be a funnier joke if any of us had any clue who the fuck.
This ain't over.
Good God! Get the fuck out of my way with your car that I want to steal.
And I do apologize, guys. This thing updated. I think I may have lost some of your donations. What happened to Rose? I know Workout. I think I missed one of yours, but it's just gone.
Does that leave you, Galloway?
Bro, you can use YouTube.
With a chump like you, Phelps.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't ask
true.
for you, and I don't want you to keep it to
Let me
yourself.
just get through these real
See
quick.
if you can learn something about seeing how a real cop operates.
What did he mean by the werewolf?
Medallion.
Samuel Steingart donated $5. Other tabletop RPGs you like besides BattleTech?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads, and we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. We're the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war. You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat. Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's gonna happen? Like I said, most of the time it is.
So anyway, sorry, what was could you repeat that question real quick?
1 second.
Just wanted to get that story out of the way to establish we are in fact hunting down the Black Dahlia killer.
Ooh. Other tabletop RPGs.
Oh yes, other tabletop RPGs. Played a little bit of Shadowrun, played a little bit of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Or played a little of Vampire the Masquerade, not though I have played Bloodlines. And a little bit of Werewolf the Apocalypse. Okay, we have a street crime mission.
11K, go ahead.
Oh my. To talk some guy down off the ledge?
So help me God, I'll jump! You need to get up there. Let me do the talking, detective. I know a ton of this psychology stuff. You take the back alley and find a way up there.
Burrito, enchilada, chimichanga.
Jesus.
You jumping? Make sure you warn me before you do. I will!
RJ Cusick donated $10. Thank you very much. Hey Razor, saw your video today where you mentioned Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Would you mind checking out my films on there? If you're too busy, I understand. Keep being awesome, my dude.
Oh, okay, I don't know what they are.
RJ Cusick.
No offense, but I don't want you splashed on my shoes.
Jimmy Sanchez donated $2. Hey RazörFist, you play guitar or any instruments?
Play a little guitar, badly, but the only musical instrument I have any level of expertise at is alto saxophone.
This what you wanted? I can't do it. I'll come quietly, I need some help. Please. You gotta get me some help. You're a danger to yourself and to others.
There's that bedside manner. Appreciate it. Of course, he's kind of lucky he didn't just call him a left-leaning parasite and throw him off. Alright, sweet. That was a quick, easy one. Alright, let's get to the crime scene.
Workout donated $2. Have you watched The Americans on FX?
No, I haven't. I'm aware of what it's about, though.
Deathly Donger donated $2. You skipped my super chat as well. Honestly, I did not see it. I've been going through all of these. It did update at one point, And I know I lost one of War Goats for certain. But we'll try to go through the actual official YouTube one later before we end the
Yeah,
stream.
before we end the stream, we'll go through and try and get ones that we missed. Love that soundtrack.
Sangri Tayu donates $10. Thank you very much. Would you ever do a video on the causes of the American Civil War?
Maybe. I'm admittedly not as well versed in the Civil War. I know plenty about the causes, but it's not one of the areas of historical study that I truly devote myself to.
David NS84 donated $2.
I think if I ever did one on the causes of World War I, it would probably piss off everyone on the alt-right. Because all their myths about Jews trying to get us into World War I would fucking be obliterated. Sorry, guys. I'm not anti-Semitic. It was, in actuality, all the socialist newspapers and the Jewish newspapers opposed involvement in World War I. And opposed it pretty vociferously. You can actually find, microfilms and shit of fucking old socialist newspapers and Jewish newspapers where they were speaking out adamantly against U.S. involvement in World War I.
This ain't over.
Let's see. David donated $2. You also skipped my.
Did that guy disappear?
You also skipped my super chat. Like we said, we'll try to go back.
Yeah, we'll try and go back. They're all listed on the main kind of page there, so we will get to them.
D20 ASMR donated $2. Best Bronson kill of all time.
Oh God! You know what? For sheer style points, it's Do You Believe in Jesus? It's just a gunshot. There's nothing particularly cute about it, but the whole discourse beforehand is what makes that.
Mine is the grenade launcher from 4.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, too. But Death Wish 4 is just underrated as fuck anyway. That's 2 and 4 are my favorites. Alright, we got our crime scene here.
And one more. Nosmosis donated $5. Razor and Terran, where do you get the album art from the Mythos episodes?
How about a scoop for the Examiner, Galloway? You could use some good press.
Another tramp, another message. Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty. He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero. Defending the honor of murdered humps.
Get used to it, Phelps. Moving along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
Oh my. Well, that's appealing. Steps so daintily over it.
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this. It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, Detective.
No one's disturbed the body?
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Let's talk to the coroner after.
Yeah, is this a good point to,
Yeah, probably.
Nosmosis asked, Razor and Terran, where do you get the album art for the Mythos episodes? I'd recommend fanart.tv, a first stop, because they 1K by 1K resolution standards.
Usually I just scan it myself.
Oh, excellent. Walrus Aurelius donated $2. Thoughts on Moore in Alabama? I guess they talk about the election. Oh, cool.
Damn it. Get down. There we are. The fuck?
Why steal a table lighter?
That's some weird shit.
Why would a table lighter be a puzzle?
I don't know.
So what do you think about Moore winning?
I think it's a perfect example of... I was watching a Stefan Molyneux stream last night, or video last night, and the guy, he had a senator on who was talking about how Moore winning, and I concur with this assessment, Moore winning is a perfect example of how people voted for Trump's agenda, not Trump the human being. Moore exemplifies Trump's agenda. More than Trump does right now because of him pushing for DACA. The guy that Trump endorsed is all for compromising on DACA. So I think it's evidence that people want Trump to get back to his fucking agenda and stop bullshitting. Let's see here.
Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body.
Debonair Nerd donated $2 in Aussie money. LA Noire needs James Donnelly Bloody Cardigan mod.
Let's see here. It really needs a mod where you change the police chief's voice to fucking Lucky.
Lucky Charms.
Or Fit Finlay.
Sorry Cantrell donates $2. I will not be outdone. That's what he says.
What can you tell me about the shoe prints?
Men's size 8s. Pink or lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
What about the tire tracks here?
This ain't over.
David NS84 donated $2. Razor Terran, favorite SF novel. Read Gene Wolfe.
Favorite sci-fi novel?
Cause of death? Could be
I don't read a ton of sci-fi novels. I would say...
Cuts look superficial. I'll know for sure in an hour.
You know what? I'm going to go cliche, and I'm going to go with Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. That was always one of my favorites, even before I saw Blade Runner, actually.
And personally, I don't have a favorite.
This ain't over.
I read Ender's Game as a kid, and I remember really liking it. What is this? Hi there.
What caused the blunt force injury to the face? Could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench. I'll have more details after the autopsy.
Good gravy.
Destroyer donated $1.25. In case it was lost, are you into classical Greco-Roman history?
Yeah.
If so, favorite person and civilization?
Well, I mean, I love... Marcus Tullius Cicero is probably my favorite Roman orator. And I love his fucking screeds against Catiline. They're genius. That's where the whole enemy within thing that I quoted in one of my videos comes from.
Interesting.
Huh. Interesting pixelation in the shadows.
What does the writing on the victim mean? BD, like Dahlia? Text? Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or
Turn that
could be
off,
the chemist trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
When we get to the bomba, man could die of thirst in a case like this.
Music is still going.
Aha.
What's this? It's a fucking ticket! What the fuck? How is that not evidence? Matchbooks are always a clue. Haven't
Always.
you read a detective novel?
Alex Seekman donated $5. What do you think of the upcoming game Vampire?
I think it is pushed back. It looks cool enough, although I'm much more excited for the werewolf game that they're going to be working on.
Right.
Because that one they've never really done. And I have a feeling that Vampire is... So they got the license to Werewolf, the Apocalypse, the tabletop game, which is a spin-off of Vampire the Masquerade. I'm thinking Vampire is kind of their audition to do a Vampire the Masquerade game. I think that's the idea.
JL West donated $2.
There's got to be something else here that I'm missing.
Why does Capcom never use Breath of Fire characters in Marvel vs. Capcom? Because they're dumb.
Because they're dumb, and because, God forbid, they keep their fucking franchises alive instead of exploiting them for shitty mobile games that nobody even remembers were released. God forbid.
Master Gray donated $2. You missed my Streamlabs donation. Like we said, folks, we're going to go through and answer them all, but for some reason the app is, well, some of the donations just aren't there. Black Raptor donated $5. Bought my first BattleTech miniature today.
Fuck yes, which one?
It is a Urias. Urias? Yeah, I think that's it. From Iron Wind Miniatures. See technical readout 3145.
How are the tire tracks not a fucking clue?
Plan to get more. Thank you. Thanks to you.
Bitchin'.
A Urias. What does that look like again?
I'm actually not familiar with it.
I'm pronouncing that right, aren't I? Uraeus?
I guess. Urinary tract infection? I don't know.
Nam Nguyen donated $5.
I hate how sometimes the music just refuses to stop playing when it's supposed to, when you're done investigating. Should these tire tracks not be fucking clues? If I'm missing something, that's gotta be it.
Nam Nguyen donated $5. What are your thoughts on Cole Phelps' partners? Stefan, Rusty, Roy, and Herschel.
Rusty's a fucking hump. Vice guy is a douche. Probably first guy is the best. Because he doesn't really have an incentive to fuck you over. Alright. Let's get to the Bomba Club.
RJ Cusick donated $5, and thank you again. He says, through the devil's eyes, a final hit and keeping justice. Keep in mind they are super low budget.
Okay, we'll check those out.
Thank you very much, too, for dropping by the stream.
Yep.
Walrus Aurelius donated $5. Thank you again, sir.
We need to work the evidence.
Yeah.
You'd love that, wouldn't you?
Any experience with the BattleTech novels? Favorite character? P.S. Long live Victor Steiner Davion.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite character.
I just started.
What's the one I just got? Hold on a second.
He's getting up to check his books, ladies and gentlemen.
I just got Mech Warrior Ghost of Winter, which it has kind of mixed reviews, but I'm liking it so far. It's kind of action-y, less focused on the lore, but for like a first BattleTech book, it's probably not bad for kind of beginners. I really like Bread for War.
That's not totally fantastic. Well, the Examiner of the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers that are terrible.
Alright.
There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder was them.
That is a fact, by the way. One of the reasons the Black Dahlia murder was never solved is because the fucking press were swarming around the body parts like flies. They got there before the police because someone in the department tipped off the press and they fucked up the crime scene. It was the height of yellow journalism, so.
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance.
Is this true, by the way, that sometimes he was referred to as the werewolf?
Oh, yeah. As just an alternate moniker. Speaking of which, the Black Dahlia herself is from the press, and it was she used to hang around the hotel lobby, and she would always have so she was looking to get into films. And a really popular film at the time, one of my favorite film noir, like, I mean, top 3 all time, was The Blue Dahlia with Veronica Lake and Alan Ladd. And so she kind of fashioned herself as the Black Dahlia. That's actually not the press didn't come up with that name. That was kind of what she was called on the street. So that's where that comes from. And you guys should check out that movie because it's really good. A good kind of conventional murder mystery.
D20 ASMR donated $2. What wrestler would make the best president? Not The Rock.
Yeah, not The Rock. Sorry, bud. The Rock. Did you see he was fucking part of that? Welcome to YouTube, Susan Voice Chicky fucking video. What a fucking bought out bitch. Fuck The Rock. Fuck The Rock. People's champion, my aching ass. He's the fucking paychecks champion. That's what he fucking is. Let's... Oh, here we go.
Go to hell, Parker.
Plaka!
Going down without a fight.
Oh, but they were integrating into our culture so well.
Hands behind your head. Yeah?
Come out with your ponchos over your head. Oh, is he running? Where's he at?
This ain't over.
Oh my god, that could not have been more perfect. Where's he at? Oh, he's going up. Let's get after his ass. Somebody needs to make a mod where he's just shouting, Arriba, arriba, andale, andale, andale.
Jesus.
Whoa. Where is he? Where is he?
I didn't see.
I didn't either. What the fuck? Where'd he go? Is there a... Oh, shit. I missed the ladder. God damn it. Get up there, you zoot suit faggot.
To the right.
The fuck? Oh! Alright, you little shit. Wanna open fire? You can take people in alive or you can kill them. That's one of the cool things about these cases. You actually do have an option. They're not completely linear. We're gonna need a shitload of body bags.
This car 11 King.
Favorite Assy McGee quote.
I'd
handcuff you, but you're mostly liquid. I'm wondering, isn't Adult Swim doing the, they're playing, like, all their old shows?
I don't.
The last month? If they
I
don't...
have not watched TV in a while.
If they don't do Assy McGee, they can lick the hairiest part of my ass.
Black Raptor 311 donated $5.
Thank you.
The Urias mech is a weird name, I know. I looked it up. It is named the Snake Talisman you see in a ancient Egyptian headdress.
Oh, okay.
That's named after, I guess he means. Thank you for that.
Are you caught up?
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
There's only that one.
Well, we should probably... How long have we been streaming?
Let's double check. Exactly 2 hours.
Okay, sweet. So we'll call it right here and then try and find those donations that we missed.
Yeah. I do apologize for that, folks, but,
all right.
Whenever the list gets updated, it just...
All right.
Yeah, go up a little bit more. Wargoat did 2 in a row. Down.
What? No, this is up. Man, the High Castle, Nazis are bad. I remember that. Favorite movie book moment. Have you complained about Star Trek Discovery? Evan Rose donates $5 and says, have you complained about Star Trek Discovery yet? How Vulcans are now Antifa and Klingons are Trump supporters that sound like Islamists. I haven't made a video about it. Pretty much everyone else fucking has. Jesus Christ. People with infinitely less knowledge about Star Trek, might I add. But hey, clickbait, right? Look, most of my objections about the show are just that it's fucking dog shit. If there were no political elements in it at all, it'd still be dog shit. There's no fucking drive to it. There's no... Why the fuck? Why would... It just... I don't understand. Like... The first 2 episodes This show doesn't need to exist. It's just an Abrams show. And Abrams is not really... The Abrams movies have not aged well. People have really cooled on them over the last several years. I don't understand why that would be the thing that you would mimic of all the Star Trek shit to mimic. But it did get me to rewatch DS9 again, so hey, and it got a lot of other people turned on to DS9 thereby, so I can't complain. Testicular Tactics donates $5. I wore a Kill a Commie for Christ shirt in a Cuban restaurant. If one can't afford an abortion, there's always falling downstairs. Now describe Terran. What is that? On the subject of abortion. No. Kurt Cobain's microphone donates $2 and says, please do another black metal scream. Sorry, sweetie, no. My voice hurts after a long stream. David DNS84 donates $5. Razor and Terran, favorite sci-fi novels ever read? Gene Wolfe? No.
Yeah,
we did read that. Testicular Tactics donates $2 to please tell me you hate Arrested Development. I do. I really do. And I hate the style of Arrested Development and how it kind of corrupted all the other comedies that came after, where it was like, oh, now we don't have a laugh track, which I'm fine with, but it's all kind of shot in a pseudo kind of documentary-ish kind of style with stupid shaky cam and hipster pop culture references. You know, Community and, you know, all those fucking shows. All the 30 Rock, all that bullshit.
I find it cringe-worthy, honestly.
Rex W donates $3. Just ordered the first 2 graphic novels. Well done. I hope you'll enjoy it. Kurt Cobain's microphone donates $5. Have you ever read the book Lords of Chaos, and did you think it was complete shit? I own it, and it's a mixed bag. Will they ever make a good black metal book? Have they already? Not that I'm aware of, but that's probably the best black metal book, I guess, out there. The problem with Lords of Chaos is, like, it created this falsehood. There are a number of things. The big thing is that it got more people interested in black metal based purely off fucking crime fiction. It's like someone watched an investigation Discovery episode or something, and suddenly they're into black metal. Thanks, Varg. So that's my big problem with it. That, and they created this falsehood that the first black metal band was Coven, which is this crappy, like, psychedelic rock band that just happened to do a black mass during their show, and they're fucking shit. You know, people try to read into it. Oh, these guys were like Sabbath before Sabbath. No, they weren't! Their music fucking eats! It's nothing like Sabbath. Stop it! Stop fucking lying! They were not one of the first heavy metal bands. They were a bad hippie rock band that just happened to do Church of Satan, Anton LaVeyan bullshit. Just stop fucking... This is the problem with that fucking book. It created that whole school of anti-thought. So read that one. Thoughts on... Blah, blah, blah. Will you ever do a metal mythos? Yeah, okay. We read that. I think you passed over my super chat. Okay. These way, this way. I had a hard time with the game. The episode of Rageaholics. Okay. Rear Window be Noire. Yeah, okay, we read that. I think we got pretty much all of them.
Well, we did get a few new ones.
This ain't over.
Okay.
Sterling versus Moving Bob.
I think we got it. Oh, no. You missed that one. Straylock the Marked One donates $5. Have you played any Stalker games? And if so, how do you feel about the numerous spiritual successors like Escape from Tarkov? Played a little. I was not impressed. I don't understand what all the...
It was survival games before survival games became a big thing.
Yeah, I guess. It doesn't really... I don't know. Walrus Aurelius donates $15. Thoughts on Moore in Alabama? I think he asked that later again, too. But does Trump's credibility with his base suffer for getting involved on the losing side, or will it pass over him and hit the GOP establishment? I think it's a middle finger to Trump over this DACA shit, personally. I think him beginning to move to the center, I think it's a fuck you from his base. Is what it is. I don't think it hurts him unless he continues on in the vein that he's going on. But that would be true whether that election happened or not. Deathly Donger donates $2. How long will Mexico go without revolution? As long as we keep the tide of illegal immigrants flowing. Once we slam shut that border and at least make it harder to get over here, within 5 years, there will be a revolution or a reform so widespread and violent that it could easily be mistaken for one.
Yeah, it'll force them to deal with their own shit. Finally.
Evan Rose donates $2. Didn't have charter print, couldn't be Podesta. I stand corrected. Jarek the Samurai donates $5. Razor, what are your thoughts on the Star Wars expanded universe? I would love to hear your perspective. Would love to see you play any Star Wars game. I love the expanded universe. I think the vast majority of it, yeah, there's some crap here and there, but I think for the most part, Dark Horse Comics in particular kept the quality fairly high and kept a pretty consistent standard throughout, which is more than you could say for fucking Marvel. You know, Marvel's comics have been really subpar, and they really shit them out, and people talk about the SJW stuff and say that's why Marvel's failing. I think it actually has more to do, as bad as the SJW stuff is, I think it has more to do with the fact that they shit out all those Star Wars comics all at once, and had no game plan for where they were going. They were all of horrible quality. The writing was horrendous. Now, they put good artists on a lot of them, but that can only carry your book for so long.
It was just to capitalize on
absolutely. If you want to know why Marvel's in the shitter, that really has a lot more to do with it. Wargame341 donated $5 and said, do you think Rockstar has potential to make a good Dirty Harry or Dick Tracy video game? I do! Who is the studio that made the Dirty Harry game that got canceled? Because that one sounded amazing.
I got no idea.
I mean, it was full on. I think Warner Brothers Interactive was the publisher, but I forget if it was Volition or...
Oh, if it were Volition, I think I'd remember that.
But it got shit canned and it sounded awesome. That one about CD Projekt. Yeah, I think we are good.
Yeah, we should be caught up. Like, again, guys, I am sorry, but Streamlabs just straight out deleted some of these, and I couldn't read them.
I don't know what happened. Godzoidberg donates $2. This is for some epic joke you did on Twitter. What about Movie Bomb? Best Way Killer, $2. Razor, what do you think of Spinal Tap? I've seen it, and it's fucking glorious. Richard Slammer donates $5. Hey, Razor and Terran, I can't think of anything, so I'll stay away from the new Robotech comic by Titan Comics. Good idea. Fucking photo references abound. Yeah, I could definitely see that from the artwork.
Was there some tracing in there?
Oh, there is some rampant tracery. Was that Salvador LaRocca? He's the Lightbox champion. Everybody gives Greg Land shit. Fucking Salvador LaRocca will take screen caps from movies and fucking trace them. He traced, I forget which book it was, where he traced Bruce Willis from Sin City. Like 1-to-1, just traced.
Do you want to talk about the whole Star Citizen thing where they traced over like real photographs?
Of course. No, they just flat out use stock photographs for that shit. Pragmatic Culture donates $5. Do you like Parks and Recreation, or at least Nick Offerman's character Ron Swanson? I don't understand the Ron Swanson thing. That one conservative dude on fucking Tumblr seems to love it. He seemed to be pretty fucking wrong about the election too, so no one's perfect. But yeah, fucking Ron Swanson. I don't understand the cult of personality, and I don't like the show. So people who do can blow me. Folks, I want to thank you all for joining us. It has been 2 hours, 2 glorious fucking hours. We had a fucking blast with all you guys. Until next time. Observer review is on the way, by the way.
Yep.
And until next time, God fucking speed.